From more discussion about the season 14 rank system that must needs be existent, and also something that Apex is bringing back. A lot of people are definitely excited about this, but for whatever reason, well, I know the reason, the OGs don't seem to be too happy about it, and well, I guess for good reason. And then also some discussions about the skill-based matchmaking and solos mode, all of that and much more in today's video. So make sure to leave it a like, subscribe to the channel if you're new as always. Here's a picture of my social security card, and without further ado, let's jump right into the video. First off, I wanted to tell you guys my special guest is still working on getting on the show. Don't worry, I haven't forgot about it. You guys smashed the like goal and I really do appreciate it. It just may take a couple of episodes before I'm able to get them on the show. So I guess the real first thing that is first, if we're talking about the season 14 rank system, I actually talked about this in a couple of videos ago, and many people are saying, look, this rank system needs a new U-Haul, man. We need to really just drop this and restart from scratch. Now, actually, a lot of people are saying that the first split that we had in season 13 was pretty solid. A lot of the casuals didn't seem to agree. They thought that it was really bad. A lot of the pros, though, were saying this is great. And then all of a sudden, the matchmaking issues came to play, and then you got Preds versus Plats and Preds versus Golds, and then Masters and Preds and everybody playing apparently rookies. Okay, maybe it wasn't quite that bad, but it was pretty bad though. You know, you shouldn't be playing against Plats. And then it wasn't just the frustrations of the Plats and Golds saying, hey, you know, this is too hard. It was also the Preds saying, look, this is too easy. And it's very apparent that maybe it actually is too easy. And if you take a look at this, this is a comparison that I made of season 13 split 1, the end of all of this. It was his Watson versus Imperial Howe. Your rank score is looking at about 34,000, 32,000 between these two. This is right before the split ended. I actually believe maybe this was maybe a day or two in advance, but we're still 2 days away from the new season and people are already at like 54,000. I mean, it's absolutely absurd. This guy named Effect, he's actually sponsored by apexrank.com, and this leaderboard is on apexrank.com. He's at 55,157. The next person is 5,000 away from him. So I mean, all of these guys are way higher. I think all the top 20 are actually higher than what the first two were in the last split. So it's very obvious that these guys are just racking up some RP these days. And obviously, if I'm able to make the observation using these numbers that something is definitely different and something's definitely wrong, you know, people who have their full-time jobs being this and balancing the rank system, they're going to notice, you know, discrepancies like this, and they'll probably make a change when it comes to how hard or easy the rank system is. We also know that there are some guaranteed rank changes that will be happening, as Dick Serto said this a couple days ago, saying that there are some rank changes in the patch notes. We just don't know specifically what they are. I do think and anticipate that matchmaking will be one of those. Now, also, people are a little excited that this is returning to the game, but a lot of people that are OGs are not overly excited. I mean, some of them are like, hey, you know, I guess it's all right, because at the end of the day, many people consider this to be what they call a pay-to-win skin. There's a couple of those in the game. I definitely think about the Wingman. I think about the R99. I think about the Flatline. There's a couple others as well, I'm sure. Probably one of the more sought-after skins would be the Season 4 Flatline Heatsink skin. This skin just has amazing iron sights. It's so much more visible when you're aiming down sights, and honestly, a lot of people are just constantly wanting to get this skin. Now, OG's obviously been playing since Season 4. They want to keep this skin, you know, I guess worth its value. They don't want everybody to get their hands on this skin, because then that just makes their skin less valuable. At the end of the day, there's really no value in this kind of stuff, because they just simply don't have a trading system. They don't have a system where you can do stuff like Counter-Strike can. So, you know, is there really value in this stuff? Because technically you're not allowed to sell your account either. I don't really know. So word on the street, due to these inside leakers, are actually saying that this Flatline recolor skin is real and will be coming back. So you actually might be able to get your hands on this Flatline recolor skin. And many people are anticipating that this will be coming into the season 14 recolor event. And many people freak out like, whoa, what about this screenshot, this article that they put out, you know, over a couple years ago, saying, will event specific items ever come back at a future time? Apex actually made this article answering some questions, and years ago, this is what they had to say. They said some event specific cosmetics and rewards will return at a later date, but not all of them. Event items fall into these categories. So that at the time, they had about 3 categories of what they were classifying all of these different items. One being event exclusive, meaning it can only be obtained during that specific event period in which they first appear, and they will not be made available again in the future. Then they also had battle pass exclusive, meaning they can only be obtained during the specific event period in which they first appear by battle pass owners who reach the required level, and it will also not be made available again in the future. Event limited being may return in a future event or promotion. And I'm pretty sure that, you know, this Flatline skin, and I'm pretty sure a couple other skins, I made this video over a year ago ago about how they returned this R99 skin, returned the War Machine Pathfinder skin, even though they were not supposed to because they were deemed event exclusive. Well, one thing you got to remember is this is an entirely new Respawn development team. Most of the people that really wrote these articles or made these articles or, were on the team during the time of these articles are not even at that, company anymore. They've moved on to other games. And so it's really not even the same development team anymore. And then on the flip side, I'm pretty sure I might be totally wrong, but I could have swore I had a hard time finding the article, but I was pretty sure that they actually came out publicly and said, hey, we're going to bring some stuff now back from old battle passes. All the rules and stuff that we had back in place then are no longer, current. So we're doing stuff differently now. So I'm pretty sure they came out publicly and said that they're bringing back stuff that was in the battle pass and stuff for future events and stuff. So seeing stuff that was once exclusive or once OG, and that's why many people didn't have them, seeing them come back is a pretty common thing now in Apex. So unfortunately, if you were hoping to remain OG, that's just simply not the case anymore. Jordan Smash was also making a really good point on his video today regarding the same logic could be used, when it comes to solos mode, because there was actually a hint or a tease coming from iLoot Games regarding solos mode, and I'll probably be in discussion with iLoot Games to try to see, what exactly, maybe if he can give us a little bit of a hint or give us a little bit more of a tease as to what's going on. But we know back in the day they tried solos mode, and essentially what they said is just wasn't healthy for the game. They're never going to bring it, and they also made an article straight up saying, look, it's not coming ever. We're not going to bring it. And then I think over a year went by, and then one of the developers who worked at Respawn left Respawn, moved on to another game, and then the solos mode conversation came back, and the guy that used to work at Respawn who hadn't worked there in quite some time chimed in on the conversation and basically just told the fans, like, look, just forget it. Solos mode is definitely not coming. Now that's been a couple of months ago since I made that video about that Respawn developer, and then here comes iLoot Games responding to Sword Drum Bomb saying, I adore Apex with all my heart, but I don't think there's anything or anyone that could ever convince me that it makes sense to not have solos game, or solos game mode I should say, in a BR. Now obviously we assume he's talking about Apex Legends here. iLoot Games also responds under this though with the eye emoji, assuming that he knows something. So was he just saying the eye emoji because this is a hot discussion when it comes to solos mode in Battle Royale or solos mode in Apex Legends specifically, and a lot of people want it, but Apex just never wants to give it to us because this is a team game mode. It was unhealthy for the game last time they did it. Is that why he's doing that, or does he actually know something? Because he is a data miner, he does have a lot of information, he does have a lot of connections. Once again, I guess you can't really always use the logic that Respawn said they'll never ever bring it, because they also said they'll never ever bring some of these skins back, and yet they did, because this is a totally new development team. Now when it comes to the matchmaking of ranked, we all know that it's been pretty bad this season, and many people are expecting some rank changes this season 14, but as always, it's not just ranked mode. It's still the public matchmaking that still has people upset because the skill-based matchmaking is a little crucial. The real question is though, what's the true problem? Because there was skill-based matchmaking back in the day. Skill-based matchmaking is nothing new. It's been in all of these old Call of Duties when we were growing up playing. It's just that times were a little bit different then. So what is the difference now than it was back then? Now I personally believe there is a difference. I believe that they maybe have it cranked up a little too much, or something's going on, or maybe they're going over this EOMM type of skill-based matchmaking we talked about in the past. If you guys don't know what it is, basically the layman's term here is that they're trying to get you to have a specific type of win rate because it keeps people coming back, statistically proven that it keeps the retention up if you're not winning all your games, and if you're not losing all your games. If it's like a 50-50, then maybe you keep coming back and playing more. So yeah, I'm not entirely sure if I'm correct on that. It does feel that way. It definitely feels like it's a little bit more cranked up than what it used to be, or than at least what it should be. But I do also believe that the times are also different. People are a lot better at video games than what they used to be, and back in the day being very good at the game was probably like the top 0 point whatever percent, and now being very good at the game is like maybe the top 1%. So it's a little bit more common for people to be better at the game than what they used to be. I'm not saying that's the true reason as to why skill-based matchmaking feels so bad in public matches right now. I'm just saying that's something to consider. That's one of the arguments that one of the other sides uses. So is that the real reason as to why pubs and Apex has always felt so harshly when it comes to the skill-based matchmaking, or is there a different issue that maybe you have or want to let us know down in the comment section below? Kijana made this tweet earlier today saying skill-based matchmaking ruined multiplayer games, and then whenever I made a TikTok and videos about it, a lot of people were also saying in the comments that they think that this new feature that I discussed in a previous video may not necessarily be the next gen console stuff. It may not even be private lobby stuff. What if it's actually a brand new skill-based matchmaking system? I think that could probably be a pretty good feature that many fans would probably adore in this game. So let me know what you guys think down in the comment section below. Leave a like on the video if you guys did enjoy, and subscribe to the channel as always if you're new. Thank you so much for watching. Enjoy the rest of your day. It's Five or Die, only positivity, and until the next time, later Gators.